Hello, everyone. Chaotic.Neutral here with a fellow member of the griefing community who has graciously agreed to give us an interview. Hey, Tannenklar, how you doing, man?
Hello, I'm good.
Do you want to just briefly introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Tannenklar, also known as Dan. Um, I guess I've been in the grieving community for a while. I'm also a commissioner for Rotated Griefers, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. So, I'll just start out with some questions, and then you can take as much time as you want to explain or elaborate, or as little. And then at the end, if you want to add anything, feel free. So,
Sure.
I guess I'll start out because you are a commissioner. What are some struggles you've faced leading a griefing crew that you wouldn't really expect?
Um, I guess it's having to send people messages like that, or having to not allow someone in the grieving crew. It's
Yeah,
because
true.
sometimes I would like to have someone in Rotated Griefers, but I can't send them an invite. But I guess that's alright.
Yeah, there are some weirdos out there. You kind of gotta be a little discerning, especially because grinders will try to
Yeah.
join and then screw things up for everybody else.
For
Um,
sure.
what's something that's happened as a result of joining or leading a crew that you weren't really expecting?
Can you say that again? Sorry, I didn't get that.
Oh, sure. What's something that's happened kind of as a result of joining or being in a griefing crew that you wouldn't expect?
I guess it's kind of like the community. If someone like joins my game and we also form the crew, if you sometimes grief together, happened mainly with cargo execution, also griefing crew, and most agent griefers.
Yeah, which is honestly really funny because grinders seem to assume that we just have no friends, but then here we are, multiple communities of people to just go on and grief with. Kind of funny.
Yeah,
So since you've talked with probably a lot of griefers at this point, how would you say they compare to regular players in terms of just general demeanor? Like, are they easier to get along with, or harder, or kind of the same?
I guess because of the shared interest, it's a bit easier to get along. But to be fair, there are also they are toxic, which is to be expected. But I guess you could get along.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's kind of easy when you do have a shared interest. So now some more just kind of generic questions. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Cats for sure. I
Nice.
love cats.
Yeah, cats are awesome. When did you grief and how did you start? Or sorry, why do you grief and how did you start griefing?
Um, I guess I have a little story to tell you. Um, it kind of started with a German YouTuber called Chaotic.Neutral. Um, he kind of introduced me to GTA and griefing because he is like a German helicopter pilot who also griefs. So I got interested in that. Got me the game and tried it out. And it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, one question that I didn't write down on here that I've just been curious about is there, like, I've noticed a lot of Germans love helicopters. Is that like a thing over there, or is it just kind of a happenstance thing?
I guess it's mainly because of this YouTuber. He has a very big influence. I think he has 200,000 subscribers now. He mainly plays helicopters, and probably that's the reason.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, would you say your favorite vehicle is like a helicopter or something else? Like, do you like the oppressor? Mostly helicopters, jets?
I'd say either the Hunter helicopter or a Kula.
Oh yeah.
They're both very good.
So that does it for that part. Were you ever a different kind of player? Like, did you maybe start out grinding and then like you started griefing, or did you always grief, or how did that go?
Um, what I used to do is I did use grind money, Cape Perico, but I was kind of glitching it so I could play it again. So I was never a full grinder, but now I'm just modding myself money at this point.
Yeah. So you never really like you'd never consider yourself a grinder. You just kind of took part because like you sort of have to do something for money unless you're buying modded accounts or modding or whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What would you say the funniest thing you've ever seen or done while griefing was?
Um, Someone tried to get my PLS address. That was on the time I was on PS4. Um, he failed. It just gave me a IP address that wasn't mine, and I still thought it was funny.
What was just out of curiosity? What was the context of that? Like you griefed him and he just got so mad that he doxed you, or tried to dox you, or what?
Um, I think I just farmed him in a laser. I don't know, actually.
He tried to pull your IP because you killed him in a laser.
Yeah,
That's actually pretty hilarious.
yeah.
How do you feel about the current state of the game as it stands right now? Would you consider it like balanced and fun, or it needs some work, or it's trash, or like how would you say GTA stands right now?
I think mainly the vehicle dance is ass.
Yeah,
um, Railgun and Sniper is a big thing, and it can ruin someone's big land just a few shots if you have the aim for it. Um, but I think it's never have been better with the Oppressor Mark II nerf. Um, I think the Oppressor is still pretty good, but it's just not as good against vehicles, and I think that's a good thing.
well, and you know the funny thing about the oppressor is it's always seen as like this griefer tool, but I've noticed a lot of the time if you kill a grinder and blow up their cargo or whatever, one of the first things they always spawn is the oppressor Mark II, and then they're just terrible in it because they never practice, so they just miss all their shots because the missiles suck now.
Yeah, uh, it's funny as fuck. Um, but I think mainly the grinders you also use it to grind, but I mean instead of coming from point A to point B, I guess.
Yeah, literally just transit or like auto aiming at NPCs.
Yeah.
Is there a certain kind of player that you really just dislike, and if so, why?
Probably grinders because they are ignorant and think they can sell cargo in my lobby.
Right. That and on
That's
top of that, they're just incredibly toxic and obnoxious and expect you not just to sell cargo in your lobby, but to let them sell cargo in that lobby, as if nobody's
Exactly.
allowed to grief them because that's not what happens in GTA, right?
exactly. But another type of person is probably the tryhards. I guess that they are like the thugs. They get a lot of farming them and getting funny reactions.
Yeah, the ones who just sit there and blow themselves up over and over again. Or they kill you once and they spam you with, oh, 1-0, I'm up. And they're actually serious.
Exactly.
Those people crack me up. So I'm going to give you, I guess you already kind of answered some of these, but I'm just going to give you some types of players and just kind of give me your opinion on them. So what's your opinion on anti-griefers?
Probably the almost the worst type of people because I guess mainly the YouTubers they have like a bad influence on others in the sense that they teach that you can fight back against griefers, but they're doing it like in a bad way. So they kind of teach these kids to use a deadlock, so a Mark II, etc., to fight back against griefers, but because those are like newbie things, I guess, I think that's a bad influence.
Well, and they also, honestly, I would almost argue that they're griefers themselves because they use such broad definitions of what is a griefer that they might as well just be attacking randoms after a certain point, to be honest. And they use the same
Yeah,
methods
I
too. They
mean,
all use BST, they all use the orb, they all use the RC cars, all that stuff. So they might as well be griefers, really. They're just lying.
Yeah. At some
Um,
point, if you just get in a fight and win, I guess you're a griefer now. But the definition.
Right, and I mean, you could even get killed by some noob or something because he drives up to you and just shoots you or whatever, and then of course you start spawn killing and teach him a lesson. And the anti-griefer sees that, oh, he's killing this noob, and he comes and he kills you, and now he's essentially helped this noob to grief you.
Yeah, and that's really dope.
How about grinders, just like in general?
In general, I think I don't mind them. Just if they do clock in the public lobby or carry Pelican, I just grief them because I think they can like sell and have the audacity to like expect you to not sell. But if you just do it in an invite only or in a private session, just feel free to do so.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they all don't do that. I always did that whenever I was dumb enough to be grinding, so it's not. I just don't really see the point, especially on PC, honestly, because there's people, people who would just blow you up with mods for no reason or whatever, just for the hell of it, just suicidal, really.
Yeah.
What about fellow griefers?
I mean, nothing to be said about shared interest means that we kind of like, I guess mainly the crew we like each other, that we can grief together and stuff like that. So, love to see more people join the griefing community.
Yeah, definitely. And lastly, how about tryhards?
I guess you could kind of divide them in two types of tryhards. The ones that are also griefing, which I don't mind, but the others who just play for score and that's like
Yeah,
just play the game correctly.
definitely. And I guess so. That's pretty much all I had. Is there anything else you'd want to add?
I guess not.
All right. Well, that
Pretty much wrap things up.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like 8 a.m. for you or something, or 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah.
Then that pretty much does it. Then thanks for talking to us today, man. It was great having you here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.